think Rohit has to do a lot of hard work. He has to work on his fitness levels. He has to also work on his batting performance. So I think selectors will be keenly watching Rohit Sharma's performance for the next 6 months to decide whether he can be part of the equation or not. For Virat Kohli, I'm sure that they're quite convinced. They're why quite they are completely convinced that Virat Kohli will be part of the 2027 World Cup setup because through his performance, through his fitness level, through his hunger for runs, he has shown all that. So I don't think Virat at this stage needs to prove anything to the selectors. Rohit Sharma, however, will have to do a lot of heavy lifting if he wants to get back in the selectors World Cup planning. I don't want to make such comments, Suman. I think, and I don't know why we tend to compare different eras because all such players who were brought up on Test cricket or on only one-day cricket, you possibly can't expect them to in the later stage of their career to master T20 cricket. Similarly, when now if you look at Virat Kohli's strike rate of the past 2-3 seasons in T20 cricket has gone up because he has realized that um, to be meaningful in T20 cricket, he has to work very hard on his strike rate. So if you notice this season IPL strike rate compared to last season, it has gone up about 10 to 15. So now his strike rate as of now is between 170 and 180. Last year it was only 140, 150. So I think he's such an individual who keeps working on his strength all the time. So that is why. But yes, I think whatever he has achieved in Test cricket, in one-day cricket, and in T20 cricket now, one can always say that arguably he's one of the best multi-format players that we have seen so far. Well, I'm not looking at it as a compensation. I'm looking at
Incentive.
more incentives to make it. Yes, so I think that should happen if it's not only the responsibility of BCCI, but overall all the World Cricket Associations, they need to look at it in that manner, Suman. So I think the directive has to come from ICC, and that should be supported by all the test playing nations. That if you want to keep this format alive and to have some kind of future, then I think it's high time all the boards put their heads together and see to it that all such cricketers who have the potential or who are doing well as test cricketers or as specialist test cricketers, they need to be paid more so that it becomes far more viable for them to remain consistent and to work according to the format. Otherwise, we may lose such specialist test cricketers to the other two formats. I think that's something which BCCI along with ICC can work jointly. BCCI has got far more responsibility because we do have the money to work to provide the right kind of incentives to red ball cricketers, and it has to start from Ranji Trophy. Only then we can take it forward. That's my take on this. Then I think it's along with the selectors, they need to mark out certain players whom they feel can take the legacy of Test cricket forward in years to come. Part of the thought process of the selection committee, because you see, we also tend to, I would not use the word carried away, but I think we go more by recency of performance. Recency of performance can bring you in the scheme of things in the policy of the selectors, but recency of performance cannot guarantee you a place in the national setup. That will happen by consistent performance and by going through the pecking order of the selection committee. And there are certain steps that all the players have to undergo. For instance, if you're playing Ranji Trophy, then you get picked for the Dilip Trophy, then you get picked for India A, and then you get picked for the national side. If the selectors start to overlook any one of these steps, then it gives a very wrong message to the entire cricket fraternity who are all striving to be part of the national setup. And I think that's a very tough call which the selectors have to make. For instance, in the current test match side, you see Gurnur Brar as part of the pace bowling combination. And why is Gurnur Brar in the national setup now? Because the selectors have seen that potential in him, and then they picked him for the India A matches. And there, Gurnur Brar did quite well. So that is why the first choice in the 11 or in the 15 has to be Gurnur Brar. Now Aqib Nabi has been picked for the I think the India A series in Sri Lanka. Performance will be judged, and I think that's a much better way of picking players instead of leapfrogging the one or two step that I mentioned. There is no other tournament and any other domestic tournament ahead of IPL. And I always believe that IPL performance not only in one season, but at least couple of seasons should set you in the scheme of things for the selectors. So Vaibhav Suryavanshi, there is not only this season, but previous season also he did well. Then he went on to play for India under 19, did very well. India A, whenever he has an opportunity to play, he has batted quite well for them. Always, keep this in mind that when you're picking a player, even from IPL, it should be based on at least the last 2 years' performance. That's my belief, and I think that's what the selectors are looking at it as of now. In the past, if you notice, performance in IPL in only one season has put a player straight into the Indian team. That I don't think is the right way of going about things. I think they should look at a player's performance at least for 2 years. On top of that, even in the domestic cricket, and then pick a player in the for the national side. That's my take on this. It is also the responsibility of the individual to do well. Mm. So what are you expecting from BCCI in this regard? I think BCCI or the selection committee has given him enough opportunity to do well in white ball cricket, in one day as well as in T20. Not really. I think they have shown enough patience on Rishabh Pant. I also believe everybody felt that he is a multi-format player and he will do well in all three formats. Unfortunately, that has not come good. I think to do well in all three formats, you need to have a template that favors a particular format. I feel in white ball cricket, Rishabh Pant is yet to find that template that he has found in Test cricket, and I think that is why he's so successful. So we may feel that he's ideal even for white ball cricket, but in the end, it does depend on the player's preparation and the kind of template that he chooses to excel in T20 cricket. In T20, his performances have been quite sporadic. I think unless he finds that kind of consistency or that kind of which winning performances or match winning performances, till then it'll be difficult for him to find a place because there are such stiff competition coming through. And that is why I think India is so blessed that we have so many youngsters coming in and trying to find a place in the side. So I think it is up to Rishabh Pant to work on his game. And I think maybe Test cricket is another opportunity for him to gain confidence. And that confidence he can easily carry in white ball cricket also. On its own, can only judge a potential, but eventually selection depends on performance. I agree with you completely on this, and I've been saying this for the past 2 3 years that this is the era where Indian cricket should dominate for the next 2 3 decades, and in all three formats. The kind of talent, the kind of hard work, the kind of exposure that is provided to all the players, the kind of incentive that is given, the kind of money that is pouring in. This is an ideal opportunity for India to dominate world cricket. And I think the only format that we have not been able to do consistently well is Test cricket. And for that to happen, BCCI, the think tank, and the selection committee, along with the team management, they need to have that kind of vision and that inspires youngsters to take up Test cricket seriously or to take up red ball cricket seriously, so that we are able to find the right kind of talent who can do well for us in Test cricket in different conditions, be it in India or even abroad. And I think that's one area where Indian cricket has to work very hard. We do have the players, but I think the kind of performance that is expected from the Indian Test cricket team has not come through. So that is, as I said, we need to do a lot of hard work, and I think all that will happen if there is a cohesive effort from everybody, all the stakeholders, to have that kind of vision to make the Indian Test team a superpower in Test cricket also.